I got Azure Skyz. He's in the building with me too, but I guess I got to run back these joints that you guys just got finished listening to. It's 91 point. Did I? All right, we got the business done. Now that we're here, man, tell the people what's up, dog.
What's going on? Azure Skyz here. I just dropped an album. It's called We Have a Problem. I'm a rapper, producer, artist from Atlanta, Georgia. I go to school here in New Orleans. And yeah, man, how y'all doing? I know you can't respond, but I'm gonna hope y'all said good.
Yeah, I mean, we living righteously. You know? I mean, as best as we can as we find ourselves in the New Year's. You guys were with us, was that like a month ago?
Something like that. Dang, was it really a month? It felt like longer than that.
Hey, that's how the time flows. Or maybe like the earlier parts of December, you know what I mean? In 25, you know, if we could just sound like some old people. Yeah, man, in 19.
Anyway. In the year.
It is what it is. But yeah, man, you were here. You guys were promoting Earth Tone as a group, and then the single show for Jai Fierce and yourself.
Yes.
When you guys came through the first time, you did not let the people know that you make beats. When I was at the showcase, like a lot of the stuff I heard was just like off the wall, but I felt like anything that I heard that you guys had blessed, like it had like this touch on it, or this stamp. Have you guys kind of like worked on trying to define your sound, or has that been like a happy accident of where you could just be like, oh, that's a Ja track, like, oh no, man, that's an Azure Skyz track? Like, how do you separate them?
Man, I don't even know. To be honest, man, the sound thing has always been something that has like stressed me out throughout like my whole like career as an artist, because it's always been like I've been trying to be like different or trying to be like myself, which I feel like is the most counterproductive thing ever. It's like trying to breathe. You know what I mean? It's like, well, why are you sitting there thinking about breathing? Like, just be what you are. So for you to say that is honestly like very like flattering. I appreciate it, because I'm like, I ain't never sat down and thought about, okay, how do I make my own sound? I just try to take in as many influences as possible. I just like music. I'm a student of the game.
Not to be like a nerd like that, but when I was like overly critiquing We Have a Problem, like just in the intro notes of that song, like it definitely had like callbacks to like previous tracks, or at least like knowing like your hip hop music history.
Definitely.
I don't know if that was intentional.
I mean, definitely. Like, bro, I'm a hip hop head. Like, that's,
yeah.
You know
I mean, but a lot of times everybody says that, and then like, you know, they'll quote like one or two, but not really be like how you said, like digging the crates with it and really bring something back. So I felt like a lot of like, even just kind of starting off the album, it showed like a lot of like growth as like a student. So how do you take that approach now of being like, you know, how do you elevate that as you go along with this project? Because like I didn't even realize it was a concept. Like when you guys had hit it, you was like, man, I'm putting out an album. So you're supposed to be like an alien crash landing on Earth?
Yes, indeed.
All right, word. So you know, take us on that journey with you. How did you get to that the thought process of coming with that concept?
Okay, so boom, right? This concept came from a song that I dropped like maybe like 2, 3, 4, I don't even know. It might have been 3 years. 2 years. I don't know. I'm bad with time. But it was a song called E.T., like extraterrestrial. Yeah. And I had made it after I had a bad experience like right next door at the boot. Actually, you know what I mean? So I doubt it was my freshman year of college. I had went to the boot for the first time, and this girl had invited me there, and you know what I mean, it's a girl invited me, so I'm like, okay, you know, let's see what's going on. So she invited me to the boot. I went there and had a terrible time. I came there with J's on. Everybody was stepping on my shoes. People was spilling. Somebody spilled a drink on my like drip. I was like so mad, and I couldn't get the stain out of it. It was a white shirt. I was like, oh my God, I hate it here. And I just felt like so like overstimulated, and like I don't know, I took the experience personal, because I just had a terrible time and just felt like out of place the whole time. Like I felt like an alien. Okay. So I went home, and I pretty much over the course of like 2 weeks or so, I like wrote a song about it, like made a beat with the homies, with Ja and Mark, and then ended up writing to it and kind of like venting those feelings out. And then that happened, and before that, I was kind of working on a whole like different concept kind of album thing. Okay. And then I showed that song, I believe, and then I had like a couple others on that other concept that sounded a little like spacey and a little like synthy, because I was listening to heavy like Pharrell and Neptunes and Tyler, and you know they're very heavy on their synths. Okay. So like I think I showed E.T., or it might have been another one, but I remember it being E.T., and I think it was Ja or Mark that was like, you should low-key like make a space theme thing. You know what I mean? Like, because everything you do like sounds spacey. Like, so like, why not just lean into it? And I was like, dang, that's fire. I was like, I think right that moment I was like, man, like on some like Houston, we have a problem type vibe. Oh, like we have a problem. It was like the title drop moment. It's like, whoa, say that again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that's kind of where it was birthed from there. So, and after that, I've just kind of been like slowly building the concept and just being like, okay, well, what's the story? Okay, I'm an alien, and to me, planet Earth is New Orleans. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I came to New Orleans, and every time I'm in New Orleans, I just feel like different, or I feel like I don't belong, or I feel like people just be judging me or looking at me weird, and there's a lot of like things going on, or you know what I'm saying, whatever, whatnot. But pretty much that's how the concept was birthed.
Nah, man, I like that. I mean, I haven't been to the booth in my finest, dog. Like, if you go to the booth, you know what I mean, I feel like it's kind of cruddy, you know what I mean? But not like, you know, no one told you, so you had like, oh, you got set up. But definitely the experience of being an alien here in the city can be a thing, because sometimes, you know, like what is it to be a New Orleanian, or what is it to be a person? And sometimes that can be like kind of take you out, because you're like, oh man, I ain't New Orleans enough, or like, you know, I ain't repping the hood enough,
boy, this city
or whatever.
Weird. Yeah, this city, this really is like, I remember taking a class about this, and I have not agreed like with any statement more in my life. Like, y'all city is really something like different. Like, yeah. I don't know how else to explain it. And of course, every city different. So like, you know, but y'all city really is something like, it's like fantasy here almost. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what is Mardi Gras?
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, what is that? Like, like, what is that?
Look, I'm not Arthur Hardy. I can't really all the way defend that one, but definitely like of like previously things in the past of people carrying over tradition. So it's like a time where people kind of have a reprieve from doing like work, or like building up to a party, to a chill. But like it kind of ties into like Catholic Christian holidays and stuff. Like 12th night and king cake is supposed to be like the body of Christ in a weird way, with the little king cake baby. But you know, you like, I think like not thinking about it as being weird, but like the uniqueness of it.
Yeah,
like,
I love it. I adore
that's
it.
like a part of the culture, is like being not necessarily immersed, but like having these like unique influences from other cultures, because it's very much a city like built on top of culture.
Literally.
Like the Spanish, the French, this German. You know what I mean? I think we said Spanish, but I'm not trying to say it like that. Like Mexican architecture with like the way that I'm saying it wrong. The Spanish architecture with like cabibos or whatever. I don't know. I'm not the perfect person for
we're
it.
Not historians.
But yeah, you know what I mean?
I get it.
But I'm just saying, like, those influences like seep into the culture, and then that like kind of goes into the pockets of the people. But yeah, dog, you gotta have a party. But Carnival is a thing everywhere. They have it in Brazil. They do something in New York too, but it's a little bit different. It's more of like neighborhood block party, where ours is kind of like the whole city.
Yeah, it's like it's everything and everywhere. It's
yeah,
like the whole that's block celebrating. Like,
that's the kind of party you want to get into.
And it's fun. I love it. Like, that's super cool. Like, I've never seen nothing else like that in my life. Like, I'm so like astounded by stuff like that. You know what I mean? But
do you think by like coming here to New Orleans and being from Atlanta, like, you know, it adds to your like cultural perspective of like being in the world?
Absolutely, because I go from like the like dirty South to like the whimsical Louisiana swamp. You know what I mean? It's like,
I don't know, when you say whimsy, it ain't fun all the time.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not. But
like,
you know what I mean?
Not like necessarily of it being like gritty. I think like the part that New Orleans has, it's like, you know, it can be like this real life adventure, and then like in the fantasy of it, it's like unbelievable things can be happening or whatever. So I guess it gives that like the neutral ground, so to speak, of like where two things that might not be true can really work and kind of happen. But with that being with the album, I felt that like, you know, that like, you know, if not thinking about you as the alien, like the alien came here, and then he definitely like fell into some like situations, not like trying to perceive the album backwards, but like I was saying about Existential Crisis, like it took me out of body. Like, I was jamming, but I was like, wait, man, like so like besides that, was there any other parts on the album that like you kind of found hard, or like that was a struggle for you to kind of like put it together, or at least like make the rhymes be what you want it to be? Because when you're trying to make a concept, you're trying to stick to a certain mode.
That is true. When you say struggle, do you mean like in order to like make the song?
You said Flawed on here is like a demo, so like
yes.
Like what made you want to just release a demo version of it?
So I was re-listening to it, and I was just like, I don't think I could recreate the takes I did. And I like the grittiness of it. That was literally it. I was just like, I don't think I could recreate those takes, and I want it to sound exactly how it sounds. Because the song is called Flawed. Why not make a flawed song sound flawed? Like, I don't think it's supposed to sound perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's the one where we like slap the LA 2A on and parallel compress. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could like chill and let it be what it is, because the point of the song is like, oh, I'm not perfect, I'm flawed. You know what I mean? And I felt like it got the point across to not mix that and just be raw with it. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. I mean,
is.
look, I'm a fan of like when it's just like rough, rugged, and raw. Like, you know, like you just scraped it off the floor and just played it. Like, I feel like the gritty quality definitely adds. I don't know. I'm like audio, like the vinyl pops. It gives it that kind of feeling.
That's character.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It gives it that touch to the music. What up, world? This is the world famous spiritually certified bass mentality. We're back in the building with Azure Skyz. I was telling the homie, the last one we just played for you, Existential Crisis. I was playing that one this morning, and you know, he sobered me up. I was like, man, I gotta put this coffee down. You know what I mean? It's throwing me off. He was like, yeah, dog. You know what I mean? But as we were talking off air, I was asking, was there like a schedule? Like, did you have a regimen? I guess that's what you would call it, for like trying to work on this album.
Something like that. No, I had no sort of like anything. When it got more crunch time, I did. Like, when it got to a point where I was like, okay, here's the date we want to release it. Here's like when we want to have mixes done and stuff like that. Then it would get to a point where it's like, okay, so creation has to be done here or done by this point. So I need to make sure this song is done this time and this. But for the first like couple like months, it was just like, let's just make music and see what happens. Like, I was just making things, and if it made it on the project, it did. I gave up on the concept for a little bit, started making other things, and then came back to the concept because I was like, oh, you know, like, it's old and I don't really rock with it, but it's a part of me, and I don't mean that I don't rock with it. I just feel like I don't rock with it because it's not representative of me now. You know what I mean? So I was like, we still got to put it out. Like, that was you at a time period. So we got to get the checkpoints. You feel me?
For real. Yeah, I mean, always got to hit those clearances. We were talking about the musical influences, man. You were saying before that you kind of started finding yourself getting into Outkast a little bit more as you were wrapping up this album and thinking about this being like your ATLians and you being from ATL. Mm-hmm. Did you notice like that you were like kind of traveling in the same lane, or like once you started getting into their music, you were like noticing the similarities?
Like, I remember talking to my professor, and then I remember I would show him music, and then he'd be like, yeah, man, you on them Outkast vibes, you know? And I'd just be like, psh, he just say that because I'm from Atlanta. I don't sound like Outkast. I don't sound like Hey Ya. Yeah. And then I like, you know what I'm saying? When I really started doing my research, I was like, boy, I might be an Outkast baby. I ain't gonna lie. And I've like I told you earlier, like, bro, I didn't listen to Outkast for real until like after the album was like almost done. Like, I wasn't tapped in for real. So for that influence to somehow seep into me without me like even like listening to him like that is so like astounding to me. I'm like, where did I get it from? Did I listen to somebody influenced by Outkast, or did I listen to somebody that influenced Outkast? I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just curious where it came from, but no, I was not thinking about that at all.
Word. In making the album, I see that you have 9 cuts. Was there like did you make 20, eliminate 12? Like, how did you go about selecting each track, or like did it just come to you naturally?
Yes, I definitely had more tracks than 9. Yes.
Okay.
I had a lot. I put a lot on there, and
look for the deluxe.
Man, might be on the way. But yeah, I definitely had a lot on there, and I was sitting down with Ja and Mark and definitely like cut a couple of them because, you know, I got in my Michael Jackson arc like last semester, you know what I mean? I did my Michael Jackson research, and of course, you know, Thriller, best-selling album, you feel me? It's like, what, 8 songs or like 8 or 9 or whatever? It's like,
I thought it was like 10 or 11.
10, or it might be, but
Let's
it's short.
Jump over on it.
Yeah, please.
Let's use the internet too hard.
I said, please fact check me. I don't even know.
I'm not even like that. Look, I bought it randomly from Walmart for like $15. I was like, oh, I gotta steal this. You know
right, bro. That's Thriller, bro. Come on.
They trying to walk it out the door to me. It's not showing me enough information. It's 9. You got me.
Okay.
Boom. So yeah, you was in the same vein.
So short album, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hits, straight hits all the way through. You know what I mean? So like doing that and just watching the documentary and how they were like just trying to make a album of hits because, you know what I'm saying, MJ was mad after the awards for Off the Wall and he didn't get an award. So he's like, yeah, I'm finna kill these people. I'm finna put a belt on these people. He didn't say it like that, but that's my
My interpretation,
my translation.
Yeah, nah, dog,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
Mike definitely said those words.
Right, that's, you know what I'm saying. But I was just like, I want to cut the fluff. Like, I don't want there to be nothing on here that don't feel necessary. I don't want there to be nothing on here that's like a skit for real. I want everything to feel like intentional, even though like this isn't like full-fledged like studio album. I wouldn't say it's an album, and I don't know, it's weird because it's somewhere between mixtape and album, you know what I mean? To me, in my eyes, it's like kind of short, and if the critics, the music critics, wouldn't say it's an album because it's under 30 minutes, so it's like technically it's a mixtape, and then you want to include other things and facts that technically make it a mixtape, but also it has a concept, so it could be an album. But pretty much I just wanted to make it as conceptual as possible and as intentional as possible, pretty much. So I was like, bro, like, we don't need interlude number 5. We cut that. Like, we get the point across with these 9 songs.
Now, when you said you was trying to channel Mike on it, dog, like that's really like, you know, like you trying to really go in and do some hard work. Did you find like in trying to like condense the songs like that it kind of made you go back and rewrite some more songs, or were you like when we were getting to what we have here, you were like, oh, this is nice, and like, did you go back and re-record any verses where you were like, all right, since we're trying to make it tight, let's like, you know, fix this or fix that, or as you like were laying them down, you were like, all right, this is a hit, next?
It's kind of a little bit of both.
Okay.
You know, there were some songs where I was like I told you about Flawed earlier, I was like, we gonna leave that as is. Like, I'm not touching that. But then there was other ones, like I definitely rewrote the second verse to Existential Crisis. Like I had a verse before and I was like, yeah, it's cool. But then one day I just was like, nah, I could go harder. You know what I mean? So I was like, let me just rewrite the second verse. And I definitely I rewrote a little bit of Space Invaders, but not the whole thing. And I don't know, I think that's about all like I rewrote pretty much. But yeah, it was a little bit in between. Like some of them were like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that as is, I like the energy on it. And then other ones was like, yeah, I could go a little harder, or I can make it make a little bit more sense. But I feel like one thing you start to notice as an artist is that if you live a life and you make music in order in which you live your life, then you'll realize that everything you make is conceptual and everything relates to each other because you are the liver of your life and you are going through the experiences in which you are talking about. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, like, of course I just made 5 songs about how much I hate love. I just got out of a relationship. You know what I mean? It's you know, that's a concept right there. Like, we be making mini EPs and mini albums because that's just culminations of our life. Like, those are just checkpoints. So it kind of just came natural.
Cool. Does the album kind of follow like a 3-story act structure? You know, like where like since it's 9 tracks, like each 3 kind of highlights a certain point of the alien's experience?
I never even thought about it like that. I split it more in half.
Oh, okay.
Me personally, I split it more like everything up to like what it is more like what feels to me ego driven, and more like, yo, like this is this alien crash landing on this planet, and this is this alien being like bold and just brash and just be like, bro, what's the problem? Like, we got a problem. Like, what's going on? Like, and then it's more of like blaming the external world and being like, this world is the problem. Yeah. And then the second half is where things kind of like come more internally, and it's like, oh, I am the problem. You know what I mean? It's like,
okay, cool.
That's the way I
was getting some of that from some of the sample materials you guys had on your website. Shouts to you as well for that. Like, you have a whole little it's Behance or something.
Beacons. Yeah,
you know what I mean? I was all over it. Yeah.
Big Beacons.
So it kind of like laid out everything for me. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just follow the notes on the joint. So that's sweet, man. What's the next joint that you want to bless him with?
Man, I do Great Filter. Yeah,
Great Filter. All right, cool. I gotta slide over. I believe this is the right number. Boom, boom. Any segue to this one, or you just want to drop it on him?
This one hard. Y'all should stream it if you like it.
Word. I have nothing further to say behind that, man. This is the world famous spiritually certified Bass Mentality. I'm here with Azure Skyz. We're holding it down with the new album. We have a problem. It kind of makes a weird little acronym. I don't know if we could say that, like WAP or well.
Wow.
like wow. What?
Hey,
like,
yo.
No, I didn't want to get people confused. Like, wait, what kind of
call
show
like
is this?
WEHAVEAPROBLEM or something, like
yeah,
W-Hop.
You
know what I'm
but
saying?
we're gonna cue the joint. You guys definitely let us know how you feeling, and you can also hit us here on the phone if you want to holler at Azure Skyz. If you got something good to hit the homie with, the phone number over here is 504-865-5885. I'm gonna press some button and we're gonna peep the joints. music, where like what we put into it and the way that other people perceive it. The Great Filter was the last one we just finished listening to.
Yes, indeed.
We bumped Essential Crisis. Here on the list, we got DMT and DYT. Was that supposed to be like a homage to a Pretty Young Thing?
Oh, it actually was.
Oh, all right,
yes,
cool.
It was like a mix. So it was like Pretty Young Thing, and then it was like Usher.
Okay.
Because he'd be saying, "Do your thing, shawty." He'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right,
So it was
yeah.
like a little
No,
mix
see,
between
I
the
ain't
two.
even see it like that. I was like, DYT? You're like, what? Like, yeah, do you think, shawty? Oh, all right, word. I peep it. How does that relate with our alien? Is he like trying to come along the path of trying to get a girl here?
So Alien actually had a girl.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So both of these are like breakup songs, pretty much. So it's like DYT is like it's Do Your Thing. So like the way I see DYT is like, I don't know if this is a solo situation that only I have done, but I'm a human being, so I can't be 100% like unique in an experience. You ever like maybe like broke up with somebody or been far away from somebody and you might have ended it, or like you might have like cut it off or done whatever, but like you can't like stop seeing them, you know what I mean? Like you might be on the gram or something and you unfollow them, but then they come up and you're like for you for some reason and you got to keep clicking not interested, you know what I mean? And they just keep popping up and it's just like, you know what I mean? But it's no bad blood. It's not like, oh, I hate you, but it's like you see them and it's just like, dang, I'm glad that you're doing better. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm glad that you're doing good. You feel me? It's like one of them things. Like, I just want to see you do your thing. You feel me? And it's like, that's kind of what that song is. It's like, dang, I'm looking at you and I'm seeing you do your thing. But it's one of those things to where like I'm telling myself that like, oh, I'm so happy to see you do better. But inside I'm like, dang, did I make the right decision? Like ending this? You know what I mean? Like it's like you having them withdrawals. Because that happens, you know what I'm saying? You break up with somebody and you got to like remember why you broke up with them. You know what I mean? It's like you having a moment and it's like, man, but I miss him. And I miss that moment where we did this and da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da. And, you know, it's most of the time it's like delusion. It's like you just being like, it's you wanting what you had back, but not remembering the bad parts of what you had. You know what I mean? And it's like you would both be better off if you split off, but I don't know, you still be feeling it sometimes, you know? You still be feeling it. And that's DYT. DMT is more of like just like the breakup and more of like all of the dark parts of the relationship and all of the things that you did wrong and coming into accountability pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, dog. That's boy. You went heavy. Like what? This is feeling like some chicken soup for the soul. Like the album then went left. Like what? Yeah, nah, dog. That I totally didn't piece that together. I'm definitely a fan of DMT from J Electronica, but like DMT is supposed to be like a
drug, right?
A chemical or whatever that the body produces when you like pass away to like take your soul out of your body or whatever. So I thought you were gonna be on like one of those. I thought it was gonna be like heavy trippy, you know, not dark brooding.
The crazy thing is I didn't even know what DMT was when I like made the title of the song. I was just like, oh, do your thing. Now I have to make one called Do My Thing and then abbreviate it. And then I had a conversation with the homie. He's like, DMT, like the drug? And I was like, oh, I don't support drug use.
Yeah, look, I'm not
you know.
saying it's like this, but if you're on the dimethyl, you hear me, you on another level.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you?
You about to jump out your body, literally. But nah, man, that's sweet. Now I didn't even look at it like that, but that's cool that you set it up like that. I don't know who would have the better message. Would it be Do You Shorty or Do Me?
Yeah, do me.
Oh, Do Me Too? That's what you said?
Wait, do your thing and do me.
Yeah, all right, cool. Which one, if you had to like flip a coin on it, because they're both like the same, like they're right next to each other, so I don't know which one to choose.
I don't know. I'm a DMT guy myself. I like DMT better, but that's just because I like storytelling songs and songs that are like more dark and very like oh my god, what are you talking about? Why are you getting this dark out of nowhere? Like I love songs like that, so I'll probably say DMT, but I love DYT too. DYT is definitely more spacey and kind of a ballad and goes from R&B to boom bap in the second verse. And I think DYT is more iconic than DMT, you know, and DMT wouldn't exist without DYT. So I think DYT is the joint, but I
this man then walked us to the bridge like, boom, we going left, we going right.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. I think we're going to bring We're gonna hit you with DYT. We're just gonna see. We're gonna test the waters. Yeah, I mean, and see how you're feeling. If you guys are really, if it's calling to you like that, hit us up, man, and let us know so I could slide in the DMT so we could check out both sides of the coin and see what's going on. If you guys got anything you want to hear from the homie Azure Skyz, he also has a show coming up.
Yes, indeed. I got a show coming up, opening for LA Earhart. This next Saturday,
the 31st,
yes,
right?
31st, yes.
Yeah, over at Geyser?
Yes, indeed.
All right, cool.
Right across the street. Pull up, you know what I mean?
You guys are just turning that to the regular hangout.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we trying to take over gossip. Like, I want people to hear gossip and be like, oh, Azure Skyz, Jeff Ears. You know what I mean? Like, we got to make it like that. Like,
yeah, that's what's up, man. That's the ambition. This is the world famous, spiritually certified Bass Mentality. We're still bumping that We Have a Problem, jumping off some select cuts. We're going to slide into one right now. Definitely hit us up if you guys are feeling it. Tell a friend to tell a friend we are live. What's up, world? This is the world famous, spiritually certified Bass Mentality coming to you live on WTUL New Orleans 91.5 on your FM dial. We had brought the whole, everybody left from out the sitting room and came in and was like, DMT? Yeah, big dog. That's what I'm talking about. You guys just heard DYT, Do You Think, Shorty, from Azure Skyz, off his latest We Have a Problem. I don't know, man. I feel like, when we come back to the song after the break, I'll be like, oh, I had a lot to say, then I had nothing to say. When you said you made it as a companion piece with doing DMT, the song DMT, where did you see that you needed to, was it just you were representing just one voice, or you wanted to have two sides?
Actually, it was just like the story continued. Okay. So I was like, DYT was made during that point in the story, and it was like, I had my girlfriend, and then I broke up with my girlfriend the first time, and then we got back together. So then life happened, and then we broke up for the last time, and then DMT was that one. Okay. So DYT is kind of like the prologue, and then DMT is like, oh, this is the story. Like, okay, boom, this is how it ends.
Yeah, that's what's up. I don't know if you're familiar with listening to music out of order, but I love the random feature. Especially since we have a CD here. I feel like this is definitely one of the ones you just put on. Even though you have the track listing like this, because if you play them in a different order, you kind of get a different
whole
experience.
Different feel. I love that. Yeah.
So for me, how you just said that, starting off with Do You Think, Shorty, kind of sets me up for the crash, and then going down with Having a Problem or the Existential Crisis, really those three would be at the top for me to be bringing you in, because then you get to feel this weird somber or whatever. But that's just me. But I like the mix that you have going on here. Do you feel like you left anything off, or it's too early for you to tell? For the joints that you did leave off, had you should have included them? What your thoughts right now is kind of dropping the project, or are you just trying to hear from people a little bit more?
I don't even know. I feel like I included everything that needed to be included on this one. There might have been a couple that I was like, you probably didn't put that one on there because you were afraid, or you felt like it wasn't that good or whatever, but they gonna come on the deluxe. So I feel like it'll just make sense after that, and it'll be a little post story, you know what I mean? But I feel like for the main, what the album is, I feel like I have no gripes with it. I like it as short as it is. I feel like any longer it would have been any shorter and it would have been Every song coming in the order it does is perfect. And like you said with the shuffle thing, I didn't even think about that. That's kind of what I was doing when arranging the joint, just putting them back and forth and just seeing what went well. So I feel like I have the perfect collection of songs on there to where no matter how it shuffles, you get a story every time. You know what I mean? So I have no gripes with that. I love it as it is.
And how did you guys come up with the trading cards? I don't want to open mine because it's been packaged nice and awesome. But I will. But I'm just saying, right here at this moment, I'm trying to keep it fresh.
Right.
But what made you come up with the idea for the trading cards?
Man, we've just always been fans of Pokemon. Okay. Pokemon cards and stuff like that. I forget 100% where it stemmed from. I don't know what just made us be let's make trading cards. But I do remember we had this little generator that was online, and we would put pictures of ourselves in it, and we would make our own trading cards on the website. And then one day I think we were just bro, but we could actually do that though. We could actually sell these. Like, we could just put these out like every album and people would buy them. Like, nobody does that. Nobody's done that before.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, you right. You know what I mean? Like, you for real. Like, wait, we can actually do that. And then, you know what I mean? It just became a thing to where it was like, yeah, let's actually do it. And then we did it. And now they're here. And I'm so happy with how they turned out.
I saw they had different, like, I don't know if types, varieties.
Yeah. We got there's a rare
auras.
card in there,
Yeah.
and there's different planets. That's like our types. You feel me? So it's like there's a planet Earth and a planet Skyzar and a planet Celeste, and there's 5 cards in all, and they're all different characters from the album, and they're Ink Jungle cards, so they're not Azure Skyz cards. So it's like Ink Jungle is the label. So when Ja drops a project and that joint drops, like, there will be characters suited for that album, but they'll be under the Ink Jungle cards. So they're very versatile, and they work for every project, and you know what I mean? We keep revamping them, and they'll get rarer and rarer, like, depending on how long ago the project in which the ink cards came with were dropped. So I was like, bro, like, in like 3 years there will be no more We Have a Problem, you know what I'm saying, trading cards. It'll be like, oh dang, like, these kind of rare, and like, you know what I'm saying, today where we up there and it's like we signed some of them, and it's like, dang, we got this rare Skyzar card we made in 2025 2026 running for like $100,000, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, look,
you know,
I like that. You know what I mean? We were like off air. We were talking about Pokemon. So much stuff happens when you guys aren't listening. You know what I mean? We're playing the songs for you. I wanted to ask about that. I saw that as Ink Jungle. What made you guys come up with that as the label?
Man, that is definitely a job question. But he's always been super. His dad's label or his dad's group was called Black Forest. So it's kind of like a homage to that. It's like Black Forest, Ink Jungle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've always just been like, I've always loved monkeys. You know what I mean? Ja's whole thing is that he's like the lion and pride and things like that. So we're just like, well, why not just make it the Ink Jungle? You know what I mean? And that's a family, that's a community, and that's pretty much it.
That's what's up, man. So you were saying when you and Allie were talking before, well, when we weren't on air, of like moving back and forth from being here in New Orleans and going back to Atlanta. Like, how do you like bridge the gap of like hitting those 2 zones or those 2 areas? Because it's like different markets in a way.
I'm still learning, and I don't got much time left, so I gotta hurry up and figure it out. But
are you coming up on your senior year?
Yeah, I'm junior.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't realize, man. In my mind, everybody's like, you're there until you graduate. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like the time seems infinite.
It really does.
That's super, though, man. So you're graduating this year or next year?
Next year. Hopefully next semester.
Okay,
you know
cool.
I'm trying to get up out of here. You know what I mean?
So are you trying to work from both zones, or once college is over, you guys are going to head back?
We probably going to stay in Atlanta. Like,
Okay.
For like, I mean, we'll always, like, have ties, and New Orleans will be, like, second home, and we'll probably pull up for, like, if we need to, or if things pop up, because yes, this second home, we got connections here.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just so much in love with Atlanta and everything Atlanta could give to me, and that's just my city, that's just my home, and I just love it there. The culture, everything. Like, I want to grow there, I want to cultivate there. So
that's what's up, man. Well, look, I feel like we've laced them up a lot. I feel like when we get in here, we just start like diatribing, like, yeah, man, like, we're not doing the interview, we're just gonna talk. But we're gonna hit them with We Have a Problem as the fade out. Definitely plug the album, let them know where they can cop it. Will you guys have this at the physical copies at the show?
Yes, we will. We will have a couple physical copies left. I don't know how many we have left. Maybe like four. We have 4 left. So lucky for people who want to cop the last 4 Azure Skyz signed. We have prom CDs. You can pull up and get you some. We got cards too. If you want to get some cards, they're very cheap. I get it. It's a biggie bag, but you're going to eat the biggie bag. The biggie bag going to digest and you're going to poop it out. That's going to be gone. The card's going to last forever. That's all I'm saying. We got t-shirts too. And I think that's all the merch we got. We have problems out everywhere. You can find it
if
everywhere.
people go to the Beacon, beacon.ai for you, is it just your name, beacon.ai, or how do you...
It's beacons.ai/my name. So,
okay,
yeah,
cool. And then when you
Azure
order
Skyz.
stuff over there, is it pretty much like once you order, it'll come to you? Or
It will, yes. We actually have a website that we're going to put up, or I'm going to put up probably like very soon with the merch on there. So it'll be like different than the Beacons. It'll just be AzureSkyz.com.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't know if it's spoiler alert by the time this comes out, but you know what I mean? It will be out if it's not already out. So yeah, check that out. And the merch will be there.
That's what's up, man. One love. We appreciate you guys tuning in, giving us some love, light, and energy. We're going to hit you with this We Have a Problem from Azure Skyz. Definitely buy your tickets. Slide over to the Guys website. Click on it right now. You won't be disappointed. That's all I really got, man. Anything else you want to leave them with?
Man, do we have a problem? Do you need that? Shout out Ink Jungle. Shout out Jaffrey. Shout out my team. Please pull up to the LA Earhart show, please. It's January 31st once again. If you follow me at Azure_Skyz on Instagram, you can get the link there. And stream the album, stream the album, stream the album, stream the album. I love you. Appreciate you.
There we go, y'all.